Hello and welcome to From Upside Down to Right Side Up, Tips for the Transition. I'm Maria Tomás-Keegan, your host. This is my continuing series of conversations with strong, resilient women who have inspiring stories of transformation to share with us, and they are brave enough to come here and tell it to us. I'd like to introduce you to my guest today, Dr. Nadia Brown. Her story is about leaving one business behind while choosing to focus on building another. And you might be surprised at what came up for her as she made that shift. We call this episode Permission Granted. Hello, Dr. Nadia.
Hi, Maria.
Welcome to the show. I'm so excited for you to share your story because I know a lot of women entrepreneurs who feel stuck in a business they created, but is no longer aligned with what they want now. So I would love it if you would share your story with us.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I often call myself a reluctant entrepreneur. So I never thought that I would actually be an entrepreneur. And so when I left my corporate job and I started my business, you know, you leave in corporate and moving into a business, you're like, wait, what just happened? And I found myself on this journey of becoming a leadership coach. And I talked about, you know, how my big vision was that I would be this amazing coach and I would have a thriving business from the comfort of my own home in sweatpants and t-shirt. Like, yeah, that was it. Yoga pants, t-shirt, that was the life. But it didn't go that way. I started speaking. I'd written a book. I started doing a lot of other things in my business that it did include coaching. And I was on this journey. And it was a good journey. There were obviously ups and downs, as any entrepreneur will tell you about. But for the most part, I'd learned a lot. I was growing. I was thriving. And then one day I realized that, you know, this isn't it. And this was after several years of building a business, of really becoming known, you know, all the things they teach you to do, become known in your niche and be very focused. And I realized that I don't think I really want to do this anymore. And I fought so hard to become a coach and to really embrace that, to build a thriving coaching business. And I had the business coaches that helped me do that and the support. But I realized this isn't really where I want to be. And so in 2017, I hired my now council, is what I call them, which is a group of 3 ladies who are peers and friends at this point. I adore them. And I was just like, something needs to shift. And one of the things that I did in that transition was they'd send over some questions. It was maybe 4 or 5 questions about what I wanted to create, what I felt that might look like. And I sat down one Saturday morning and they were just like, don't censor yourself. So, you know, there are things that you don't say sometimes because you put the censor on. And they were just like, just sit down and really answer these questions and just be honest. And for the first time, probably in a long time, if ever, I admitted that what I was building wasn't what I wanted to build. I was just like, you know, I want to build something that it will one day no longer be solely reliant on me. I want to build something that will create jobs, you know, that will create other people the opportunity to grow. And it was kind of freaky. It was just like, wait, what did I just say out of my mouth? What does that mean? So I made this shift and we launched a sales agency. So I work with entrepreneurs in sales and training their sales teams. Some clients hire us to do their sales, all of their sales for them. So they outsource that to us. The team is growing. I now have team members, helping with that vision. So it's coming to pass. And I think one of the things, Maria, that really kind of shocked me through this process was the sadness. It was the grief, that period of grief I went through with letting go of my coaching clients who I adored, who I was really excited about helping them take the leap. I had an event called Take the Leap, helping women move from corporate into starting their own businesses. I had a coaching group called Tandem, we're going to do this together. I was really excited about that. And to have to reach out and say, you know what, I'm switching gears. I'm letting this go. I'm trusting that whatever this new thing is going to work. It was a very interesting process.
Wow.
And also the process of becoming someone different, of growing as an individual, of really going from kind of teaching leadership to kind of having to live it out now. So I don't think my journey is done yet. I think that's one of the cool things. I'm still in that process of growing, of morphing, of really understanding what it is that I want to create. And I don't necessarily have a roadmap, if you will. So there isn't like this whole system that I can copy and duplicate and just say, do this. So there's lots of, trial and error. One of the big things I gave myself permission to do was to make mistakes, was to just go out there and try things. And it's okay if you screw it up. It's okay if you don't get it right. That took a lot of pressure off of me, especially in the beginning. Even now, it's one of those things I was like, I think I just need to keep that. I don't think it's time to let that go. So there is definitely part of this process. And it's been part of my journey as I've shifted from running a coaching business to now building a sales agency.
You touched on so many really good things, Dr. Nadia, and this is why we call this episode "Permission Granted," isn't it? What you just said is that you took some of the pressure off yourself to be perfect, to know exactly what it is you're supposed to be doing, and to allow some of that to flow as you were. And none of our journeys are ever over. and thank the good Lord for that. We get to do different things if we choose to do that. I love that you gave up one baby to birth another. It is it's a scary thing to do that. And you touched on some of the emotions that you were feeling, and I'd love for you to dive deeper into that piece of it in our next segment. Would you do that with us?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay. So I want everyone to stay tuned for my next segment with Dr. Nadia called Permission Granted. I'm Maria Tomás-Keegan. Till next time.